Peace, family. It is TunedinTony, representing historically black apparel and letters Greek apparel. Today, we come to you to explain the news of what's going on in the case of Breonna Taylor, our late sister that lost her life in a no-knock warrant, an unjustified warrant. Please join the conversation. All right, so we have this clip today from the Attorney General explaining why these officers are not being held liable and why they don't need to go to jail. So I want to join you guys in this conversation. Definitely comment below throughout the whole conversation so I can respond to everything and we can really get awareness within our community going if you do have the time. But here's the video clip of the Attorney General speaking to us.
Criminal homicide encompasses the taking of a life by another. While there are 6 possible homicide charges under Kentucky law, these charges are not applicable to the facts before us because our investigation showed, and the grand jury agreed, that Mattingly and Cosgrove were justified in the return of deadly fire after having been fired upon by Kenneth Walker. Let me state that again. According to Kentucky law, the use of force by Mattingly and Cosgrove was justified to protect themselves. This justification bars us from pursuing criminal charges in Miss Breonna Taylor's death. The truth is now before us. The facts have been examined, and a grand jury comprised of our peers and fellow citizens has made a decision. Justice is not often easy. It does not fit the mold of public opinion, and it does not conform to shifting standards. It answers only to the facts and to the law.
All right. We're going to stop it right there. Family, how do we feel about the first thing I'm looking at is just the optics. So I see that the Attorney General, which is a black man in Louisville, they have him doing the speech, of course, due to probably his position, but I'm just looking at the optics. We've got, 2 Caucasian individuals standing in the back, but then we have what we see as a strong black man as they want to paint the picture, speaking to us and delivering us this news. So I definitely want in the comment section us to talk about the optics of this and then the different levels. So say the ground level is us being the individuals who are upset, who feel like that the justice system has not served its purpose. It has given us tax-paying dollars to the family that we are paying for just to cover it up so that we go away and that we quiet down. That's one of the main reasons why I'm having this conversation is because I definitely believe that justice is not served and that we must continue to keep pushing until the legality of these officers is by putting them behind bars so that family gets exactly what they deserve. Because yes, money has been paid to the family, but the killers are out. They're at home probably playing ball with their kids in their yard while this family's still suffering. So as we're talking about the family and their suffering, there's going to be a lot of trolls, a lot of naysayers that say, hey, there was a multi-million-dollar, $12 million settlement that was given to the family. Yes, we understand the loss and that hurts, but you guys should be fine now. You guys got your money. That's the distraction that I keep talking about in this situation. As I was scrolling on IG, I looked at Sean King's page because I follow him just to, keep up to date. And he had made a great post that goes more in depth about this settlement. And he was basically saying that the financial settlement that the city of Louisville made with the family of Breonna Taylor today has absolutely nothing to do with the terrible decision that was made today, aka justice not being served. So he breaks that down into 5 little short points. First, it was smart for the family to settle financially before the decision. If anything, the settlement, which was one of the largest in history of police violence, made the criminal case even stronger. Secondly, the police who made the decision today have absolutely nothing to do with the people who made the civil suit settlement decisions. Not just apples and oranges, but this is apples to hamburgers, which means 2 totally different situations, 2 totally different departments, 2 totally different decision makers in this situation. So once again, justice was not served because the people that served what they quote unquote call justice today did not serve justice. 3, he does thank God for the family to be able to get the settlement for their loss and for their pain, which I spoke about earlier with the pain and suffering, because he knows that today would be a very hurtful and traumatic day for them because the justice was not served for putting police behind bars, simply just charges for endangerment to the neighbors that were around Breonna Taylor. Not lastly, but fourthly, he says, stop blaming the attorneys for Breonna's family because they don't run the system. And what we know is that the justice system is just not fair. So it's not the attorneys not doing their job. They've been working hard from start to finish. And yes, they'll probably get paid throughout this settlement, but they have been on the front lines fighting for us as we do this fight for Breonna Taylor. And lastly, the laws, the systems, the structure of mass incarceration and police violence, those are the ones that did this today. So as I close for this conversation, it is imperative that we understand what systematic racism is. We understand how the incarceration system works so that we can have a better fight in this unfair world. Racism will not go away. It was built and ingrained into the foundation of this country. This country was built on free labor and racism of our people. So the fight should not be to instantly eradicate racism, but it should be to understand what we're up against so that we can be more equipped in this fight. Once again, thanks for tuning into the conversation with Tuned In Tony. My real name Tony Smith, but I go by Tuned In Tony. Subscribe so we can have more and more and more of these conversations. I love talking with you guys. It's so much more value being brought by versus just the t-shirts. The t-shirts are great because we can use these to spread our message, to be loud, to be vocal, but also we have to talk. So definitely comment in the comment section below, and we'll continue this conversation as more details arise. Thank you. Tuned in.